Hi, I'm your host, Karen Miranda. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side. We are coming to you live from QA and we are coming to you live from QA. I'd like to welcome my friend Frank Hogan for coming on the show tonight.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, it's always a pleasure
Yeah.
to have you on. He always has something very interesting to talk about,
Well, I must say, you're looking very beautiful tonight as
Oh,
well.
thank you.
I love the top.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
lace.
Yeah, it's lacy like from the Victorian
Oh, I love
era.
the ruffles on the
The
sleeves.
ruffles on the sleeves,
Yeah,
and it's all, of course I got my scruffy boots on.
Yeah,
Thinking we were going to have
yeah.
the big table in front of us tonight, so I didn't know, and I just said, oh, well, at least it's comfy anyways. And, it's just nice to know, and happy Valentine's, free happy Valentine's Eve
And
to
happy
you.
Valentine's to you and all our viewers.
I love you, all of the watchers and all the viewers at home. Our loved ones are gone but not forgotten, and just a thought away. And I would like, the lines are now open. If anybody wants to call the station, feel free to call up. And Frank and I are going to be talking in between. And the thing I did want to talk about a little bit tonight was the roses. Okay. Hi, Sandy. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Hi, Karen.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Can you speak just a little louder?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing tonight?
Good, thanks.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, have you been better with the weather now that the weather's a little bit better and warming up outside just at least a little bit?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a medium before?
No.
No, you haven't been to a medium before? Okay, I'm going to explain to you how I work as a medium. I'm a clairvoyant, clairsentient medium. But spirit works with me different every time anyways. And I see people that have passed over. I also see how they died and things they owned. And they also have their they share their memories with me. And I'm also a clairvoyant, clairsentience medium. And I feel the presence of spirits in the room. And they also let me know how they died. So I got to ask them to back off. And I don't do medical diagnosis or anything like that, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, if you understand, no, if you don't.
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you very nice, actually. I do have someone around you from the other side. Is your dad over there?
Yes.
I have a male figure that's coming in, and I'm feeling, some height with him because I'm not very tall myself. I'm getting up with the height with him. Not a very tall man, an average height of like 5'7".
Yes.
Okay, 5'7", and a nice build to him, like when he was younger. But he I'm feeling like he put on a little bit of weight, but not a lot, as he aged.
Yes.
I'm glad you can understand that coming from him. Good looking too, by the way.
Yes.
And
he was.
His hair was thinning as he aged. He's saying, but he's got all his hair back, and I'm feeling brown eyes.
Yes.
Brown eyes, and he's saying he can move around like the younger dad that you knew too. He's moving around a lot better.
Yes. I like that too.
Oh, he's keeping the family in line over there though, because he would here, but in a good way.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very nurturing. Because you miss having Dad around, especially with Valentine's around. You miss having that eternal love, where he's not like around with the holidays, especially with Valentine's.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because he showed me used to make those old-fashioned hearts. The kind you used to cut out.
Yeah.
And you made some of those for him when he was younger. I'm telling him thank you, because he's a very proud man.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Very, very proud. And he's saying, he's still extending his love to you from the other side, and he loved getting those cards from you when you were young.
I always did that. Yes, I did.
Yeah, and he's saying, and those were very special to him. And, he's just he's telling me about that now as I'm talking. And I'm giving him a chance to, breathe. But he was a very proud, very nurturing man when he was alive. He's enjoying the outdoors again, by the way.
Yes.
He loved outdoors. He loved being out connecting with nature. Can you understand that?
Yes, I can.
I'm glad you can. And he's out walking and said, but it's not cold over here. It's nice and warm.
Yeah.
And he's also saying to say thank you for being there, for helping him out when you could.
Yes.
Before he crossed over, he's saying thank you very much for being here when, you could be here to help him with his care at the end as he aged. Because he didn't like people fussing over him. And you were hoping to hear from Dad tonight?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, and Dad's saying, I'm telling my stories over here, but people are actually, they actually are listening to when he used to tell all the stories.
Oh, yeah, he was good at that.
Yeah, he was, and they're all listening now because he said they have no choice. They got to listen to me over here. If you can understand that coming from Dad.
Yes.
And somebody service related over there too?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's saluting you, but he's not coming in very clear. But I have a serviceman that's with you, that's over there on the other side. I'm glad you can understand that, but he's saluting you from the other side.
I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, and he's saluting you from the other side, and he said he saw a lot of battle, by the way.
Yes, he did.
And he used to come home and tell all those stories, all the war stories and everything. Can you understand that?
Yes.
I'm so glad you can. He's with Dad, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, they're together, and that would make sense to you.
Yes.
But he's letting Dad do more of the talking, but he's saying it's great. We're over here, and we're having a glass of wine tonight.
Ah, that's typical of them.
Oh,
yes,
good.
It is.
I'm so glad you would understand that because, he's saying, we're having our glass of wine, and we're just sitting back and enjoying. And your Dad's saying he's so happy he can eat all his sweets and chocolates again, too.
Say that again?
Your Dad is happy he can enjoy all his sweets and chocolates again?
Oh, yes.
Because he loved his sweets.
Yes.
And he said, and it was awful for him, he said, because I had to watch my diet.
Yes.
And it wasn't easy for him to watch it. Well, he said, I'm not watching my diet anymore.
No, he can eat all he wants now.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to worry about putting on any more weight either.
No.
Because he used to pack on some of the weight because he liked his sweets, and you would understand that too as well.
Yes, I do.
And
yes.
he said with the weight on him, it made it so much harder for him to move around.
Yeah.
And he's saying, I can breathe a lot easier too.
Yes.
And I'm seeing that he's saying to me to tell you, he's around you, and you talk to them when you take the family pictures out.
Yes, I do.
Yep,
yes.
he's looking in on you. He's there with you because that's his way of just saying he's acknowledging what you're doing and seeing what's going on from the other side. And he said, she talks to me, and I'm listening in.
I always talk to him.
I'm glad you can understand that coming from him. He's saying to say that. And did you or somebody lose a baby?
No.
No? Okay, because I have a baby floating around here too tonight, but I'm just going to wait till later on, and I'm going to stick with your dad and a nice gentleman that's a soldier. He's saluting you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm glad you can understand that as well, coming from him. And your dad's saying it's a lot easier. The breathing got to him in the end.
Yes, it did.
It helped where he had to have so much more care.
Yes.
And he's saying, that was, he felt like, he was very proud. He didn't like you guys fussing over him all the time.
No, he didn't.
And I'm glad you can understand that as well,
yes,
coming from him. He's saying, I'm doing fine. He's saying, I'm enjoying the spring, and he's at the beach, by the way.
He's always at the beach.
Yeah, he loved the beach. He loves swimming,
yes.
too. He loves
yes.
swimming, and he was a very good swimmer.
Yes, he was.
And he's with one of his buddies over there, by the way.
Do you know which one?
Is there an Anthony over there?
Yes.
I'm getting Anthony.
Yeah.
He's with
yes.
Anthony, okay?
Yeah.
And him and Anthony are together, okay? Just to let you know that.
Yes.
And they're doing that, usual guide stuff and just, going on and on and on, And
yes.
I'm glad you can understand that. But the message for you is he is saying to say Happy Valentine's to you.
Thank you.
And do
Tell
you
him I said Happy Valentine's.
Oh, and you can too, Do you have some cards from them at home?
Yes.
Because he's saying he sees you like to open them up, and you're going to be opening up one of his cards that he gave you tomorrow.
Oh, I'm always opening cards.
Oh yeah, but you have some from him.
Yes.
Yes, he said those. You still have those tucked away.
Yeah.
In a very special place.
Yeah.
And he's just looking, and that's what we call the clencher, and I'm thanking him for that as he's going along. But he's saying to tell me to tell you that. And extend all kinds of love to you, and go out and enjoy your garden.
Yeah.
Go out in the garden.
Okay.
Come springtime, and he'll be there with you in the garden when you're working on
He
the
used to love
garden.
his garden.
I'm so glad you can understand that coming from
Yes.
you. And I just want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, and you too.
And stay warm. And Anthony's,
I will.
And Anthony's saying to say hello to you.
Tell my dad I love him.
I will.
And I miss him.
And you can tell them you love him too.
I will.
Okay?
Yep.
Thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you. You too, Karen.
Enjoy a good box of sweets tomorrow.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's a nice reading, Karen.
Yeah.
Coming through pretty strong.
Yeah, I love when it's their memories, which is really nice because they're sharing all their thoughts and all, not like what's going on in their life right now, unless it's in a message or something.
So it seemed Father and Anthony were all together.
They're all three of them. The three of them were all,
Good friends. It's funny, it doesn't have to be time. No, recently people might have seen on the news that Richard III of England, they just found his body after 500 years.
Wow.
And he was buried beneath a parking lot.
Beneath a parking lot?
A parking lot. He was the King of England, 1427, I think, and he fought at the Battle of Bosworth. And they had a medium, and the medium said that he was crying out.
Oh.
And this was one of the most powerful king, Richard III. Shakespeare wrote about him.
Right.
Yeah. So the medium said they could hear him crying out, and when they found him, what had happened? He'd had his hands tied behind his back, and they'd cracked his skull open, and that's why the medium could sense him crying and screaming, and that's how they found him.
Hi, Carly. You're on the air. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Can you tell me your name?
Darlene.
Darlene, hi. Have you ever been to a medium before?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm just going to tell you really quick that yes, if you understand, no, if you don't, okay?
Okay.
So, and sometimes it is information where it's like, okay, I don't understand it, but then it's like later on, you're like, oh, now that makes sense, because, our loved ones have a lot to say sometimes when they're over there.
Right.
And I just wanted to tell you that, and I don't give any medical information out or anything like that, okay?
Okay.
All right? I'm going to get going with you. I have a female that's around you tonight.
Okay.
And I'm feeling grandmother.
Okay.
Is your grandmother over there?
Yes.
Your grandmother's in smiling down at you tonight.
She's what?
Smiling down at you tonight.
Oh, okay.
Okay? and feeling like not really tall with her. I'm not like
Right.
I'm not. She was a petite lady.
Yes.
Does that make sense? She said she's petite, but everybody knew when she was in the room.
Yes.
And she had a lot of powerful energy to her. Haircut short to the head?
Yes.
Yeah, haircut short to the head. And seeing some features of you and your grandmother.
Yes.
And you look a little bit alike. What a whippersnapper she is, though. She said, I'm back to my younger body where I could move around a lot better.
Yeah.
Can you understand that?
Yes.
And she said she's not cold anymore either, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and she said I'm dressed like a casual house, house dress like they wore in that time frame, the casual house dresses.
Yes.
With the apron. You can understand that. I'm so glad you can understand that coming from her.
Yes.
And she's, cooking up a storm, by the way.
Yes.
And she loved to cook.
Yes.
And she's pretty good, by the way.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's your grandmother or if somebody make homemade bread.
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you can understand that and she said, oh, the bread is delicious. She's enjoying a good slice of bread over there, too. I'm so glad you can understand that. They don't change over there, just so you know that.
No.
No, you guys miss having that homemade bread around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's saying, I'm enjoying a nice piece of homemade bread with a bowl of hot, warm soup.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you can understand. She's with your granddad, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, is your granddad over there, too?
Yes.
Okay, they're together.
Okay.
Okay, it wasn't always like close, but he's like more like in the back where your grandmother's having a lot to say because she was a chatterbox.
Yes.
She's a real chatterbox, and she said, I'm so happy I can go out shopping again.
Yes.
Because she loved to shop.
Yes.
And she was very attractive when she was younger, by the way.
Yes.
She had some attractiveness to herself. But she's chattering up and storming. She said, I'm so glad I don't have to wait in lines at the plaza anymore.
Yeah.
Do you understand that coming from her?
Yes.
And she's smiling. She has a beautiful set of white teeth, and she's got her makeup
Yes.
on for you tonight.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you can understand that as well. And she said her mouth isn't dry anymore, and she can enjoy a good cup of tea.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the tea and the pastries, and she's making me awful hungry, by the way. Just to let you know that.
Yeah.
You know, and she said, I'm just so happy I can eat. And she liked to dance when she was younger, by the way.
Yeah.
And you can understand that. She's dancing up a storm again.
Yes.
And I'm getting more like, it's not for my general, like the jitterbug and things like that. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Those kind of dancing, like the old time bands. And she's listening to all that kind of music again, too.
Yes.
Over there. And she's got the music on, and she's tapping her foot to the music. And you would understand that coming from her.
Yes.
And I'm glad you can understand that coming from your grandmother. And your grandmother's doing really wonderful. And she said she caught up with her mother.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and her dad. You didn't know her mother at all, but
Right.
they're together over there.
Oh, okay.
Just to let you know. And she's with your grandfather's, like I said, he's in the background. And can
Right.
you understand like a Margaret or like a Mary Ellen with the M sounds?
Peg.
Can you?
Peg.
Yes.
Yes.
You can?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the M's are over the, they're all together, like, and there's a couple of them too. You would understand that as well.
Yes.
And your grandmother's saying for me to tell you to go enjoy a spot of tea,
Oh, okay.
and that would make a lot of sense.
Yes.
And does somebody still have some teacups of hers at home?
Maybe. I don't, but there
Okay,
could
okay.
be somebody.
Yeah, check on that if you don't understand, okay?
Right, right.
And she said, and I'm feeling like I'm seeing stuff where she used to make things with her hands.
Yes.
And some homemade, really nice. Did you know, like those wreaths you put on the door and things like that?
Yes.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And she's loving it because she's saying, I can make those again. And you have one of those at home.
Yes.
And she said she's glad she can make those again because it was very difficult for her to move because of her arthritis in the very end.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm so glad you can understand that. I'm thanking her because that's the clencher again. And, it's the littlest things, But she's saying she's not in any more pain. And she's healthy again. And she's saying for me to tell you, thank you for praying for her and everybody over there.
Oh, okay.
And just to let you know that. And she's just saying to say that to you. And I'm wishing somebody a happy birthday at the end of February.
Okay. I don't know at the moment, but I'm sure.
Okay, yeah,
somebody
like I said, think about it,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's over here or over there.
will. Okay.
Oh, maybe it's by Gas Frank here. But I just hope you have a good night and try to stay warm. And your grandmother's saying, tell her to go out and have something good to eat.
Okay.
And do some good shopping, by the way. And
Okay.
she's happy because she doesn't have to use a credit card or anything anymore.
Okay.
Okay? And
All right.
and I'm glad you can understand that. And happy Valentine's Day.
You too.
Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Frank, I have to wish you a happy birthday.
I-
Your grandmother's wishing you a happy birthday.
I'm doing this for gifts, You take it. This is an interesting little phenomenon. I wonder if our camera lady could zone in on this. And okay. This is a practice for maybe a couple of 100 years in America.
And it was very interesting when you were telling me about it,
Yeah,
Frank, too. I thought it was very
when
interesting.
people died, this is the cemetery, and this is the grave, and this is the person that's laying in the box, and he has a string coming down through a tube, and it's attached to a bell. And the reason is they couldn't tell whether they were dead, or if people were afraid they weren't dead. So when they buried them, they left this bell so that they could ring the bell if they came to life.
That's very interesting.
But the other thing was, if you could afford it, you could employ a medium like yourself. And the medium would go to the cemetery, and then if they spoke to the deceased, they knew they were dead, then they didn't have to put the bell up.
Oh, that's
So,
very interesting. That is very interesting, though.
In this period, there would have been a lot of work for you, Karen. You'd have been quite busy in that
Oh.
period. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, and people do actually collect these bells. They're very, very collectible now.
That's interesting.
yeah.
To think that they would ring that, you know what I'm saying? When you were telling me
Well,
about that, I said, oh, you got to
yeah.
share that with everybody at home because I never knew that myself. So there's always something you can learn. That's very interesting.
I found this out. I was in Washington, D.C. last couple of weeks ago with my friend Gulliston. And we went into the Capitol building, and the first floor is called the crypt. And why it's called the crypt, it was because when they were building it, George Washington, they were going to build a crypt to lay his body in it and lay his wife's body in the crypt. So they built it, and when he died, they went ahead and they buried him in Mount Vernon. And they were going to, when his wife died, they were going to exhume him and bring him back to the Capitol building and bury the two of them together. But Martha Washington would go out to the grave, and she'd have some wonderful conversations, not deep ones. We were getting told this story down in the Capitol, and after the years went by, and before she died, she said that George, didn't want to be buried in the crypt.
Oh, that's interesting. We'll talk more about that after.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Hi, caller. Welcome to Whispers on the Other Side. Hello? Are you there? I don't know if we lost the caller or not.
Well, we speak more to spirits.
Yeah. Okay. So now you can tell me more about the belt with the
No, we go back to George Washington.
George Washington, right.
So Martha Washington didn't die for 18 years afterwards. And while she was in Mount Vernon, she'd go to his grave and she'd talk to him, you know, and like take flowers. And before she died, when she was getting ill, she said she'd spoken to George Washington, her husband, and he was very, very comfortable where he was. And he said he didn't want to be moved, that he would rather that she was buried next to him. And then Congress says, if that's what you want, you're our father of the country, our first president. So Martha spoke to George Washington at the time.
Nothing would surprise me, you know. And when you were telling about like the
well, it seems to be historic fact. You know, we have a Congress and government to back it up, and wonderful guides in Washington.
Their energy and spirits too, they're around. Like they'll come, you know, like up at Gettysburg, is it, where the soldiers sold themselves?
Oh yeah,
to, you know,
yeah. People,
amazing.
We have one out.
Okay. Hi, caller. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Hi, my name is Holly.
Hi, how you doing, Holly?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Have you ever been to a medium before?
No, I've been to a psychic, but never to a medium.
Okay, I'm going to explain to you how I work as a medium really quickly, okay?
Okay.
And I'm a clairvoyant, clairsentience medium. I see people that have passed. I tell the older ones, sometimes the older ones like come in and looking younger. So I said, but you might not, Holly might not remember like how they looked when they were young. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like our grandparents or whatever. Then they'll show me things they owned, and they'll show me how they passed away.
Okay.
Okay, and then they also, you know, let me feel, I feel the presence of spirits around. And it's just different every time. I had to learn to trust, you know, deceased loved ones that are on the other side. You have, had to learn how to trust. I have a woman that's coming in, actually, that's around you right now. And she's letting me know she had a hard time breathing before she died. And I'm feeling like cancer issues with her.
I think I may know who you're talking about, but it wasn't cancer.
Okay, I'm going to just keep going. Okay, I'm just going to ask her to, you know, slow myself down a little bit too. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to explain to you a little bit more how I, you know, work. And they will show me how they died. Do you have somebody over there, though? Do you have somebody over there that died of cancer?
Yes, I do.
A female?
Not a female.
Not a female?
No.
Okay, because I do have a female. I don't know if it's somebody in the room, but I do have a female that had crossed over from cancer. And I'm going to ask her to back off, you know, right now to wait, so that way you can have your reading, okay? They will do that sometimes with the spirits. They want to try to out-jump each other. That's why I have to ask, you got to wait your turn before you can come through, okay?
Okay.
But I'm going to get going. Do you have a friend that's over there on the other side? A girlfriend?
Not a girlfriend.
Not a girlfriend, okay. Because I do feel a female that is around you, that's in spirit. And I'm feeling...
Yeah, I'm not sure. It could be someone maybe from when I was younger that maybe I lost touch with.
Oh, okay. And I'm going to get going. Is your mom over there?
No.
Okay, because I have someone's mom, and it might be Frank, so I got to ask her to back off. You know, it's coming in like this, so I just got to, you know, wait a second. And
it could be my friend Heather's mother. She passed away.
Okay, because she's around you. Because I'm feeling motherly vibration around you. You know, just tell him that his I don't know if he's open to this or not, but she's doing good over on the other side, okay?
Okay, great.
Just to let you know that, because I'm feeling a dad that's with her.
Oh.
Someone's dad.
It may be her own father.
Okay, yeah, I'm just getting that. And I'm going to ask them to back off so I can see who's around you tonight, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I do have a male that's around you. And I'm getting younger. Did you have a friend that died when you were like in high school, a male friend?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. And I'm thanking the other three. I'm like, okay, let me know who's around. He's around you.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, they have no time frame over there. And he's saying I'm still carrying on, cracking jokes and doing all the fun stuff he did when he was, here.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun, and he had many, many friends.
Oh, and I'm glad. And, he said that. He's got a lot of friends over there, too, by the way.
Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear. It was very sudden, and, it was a big shock to the whole community that I'm from.
Don't tell me anything. Yes, if you understand, no, if you don't, because I don't want you to give me information, okay?
Oh, okay.
Because his passing was quick.
Yeah.
His passing was really quick, and everybody was really shocked at him because he was liver than life.
Yeah.
He loved life. And I'm feeling some athletic with him. And if you don't understand that, I think, I'm feeling like he liked his sports.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you can understand that as well, coming from and he said, he's telling me to tell you he hasn't changed over there.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that.
And he's actually helping other teenagers over there as well.
That's great.
And I'm glad you can understand that. And he's still saying he's still a fox, by the way.
That's really funny.
I'm glad. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
I'm so glad. He said, yeah, he's considered very good looking, by the way. He thought so. The women did like him. The girls liked being around him and everything because he just had that nice, nurturing feeling about him. And he's saying surprise to you tonight because he would be the furthest person that you would expect to come through tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's saying surprise. He's saying to say that to you, and he's saying, yeah, my passing was quick. And they did something in his memory.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Did they do something in his honor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying to say thank you for that, too, by the way. And that helped kids with their grief, too.
Right, yeah.
I'm glad you can understand that coming from him because he's just saying he's seeing what's going on. People still do talk about him, though.
Yeah, absolutely, all the time.
That's great, because he's saying he's just sitting back with his feet up and his hands like this in the chair and just enjoying he's savoring all the moments, if you can understand that coming from him.
Do you notice anything about his teeth?
No, he's not telling me anything about his teeth, but he's saying it is easier for me to eat things I used to like to eat before he died, if you can understand that. Because it was difficult that way. Don't tell me anything, okay?
Okay.
As you're going, because like I said, I don't like when people tell me that much. But he said he's eating up a stomach and enjoying all his greasy foods. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he's happy because he has the music on full blast tonight too.
Oh wow.
And that would make a lot of sense to you.
Yeah.
And he's out. He used to. I don't know if you know this, but I got to give this to you coming from him, is he used to sneak out sometimes, and he'd like to go listen to bands. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I have to give that to you anyways.
Okay.
Okay? But he's enjoying the music over there, and that's just his way of interpreting about music. And he's saying, thank you for keeping his memory alive through the stories and, the memorials that you guys did. And I'm glad you can understand that. And tell your husband that his family is saying to say hi to him.
Yeah.
That'll be wonderful. You'll find a way to do it if he's not open, just, in conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
you could say, his grandmother and stuff, just wanted to give you that. But your friend is saying to go out and enjoy the music.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do.
And I'm glad he said, and that hasn't changed. And his message to you is you've come a long way.
Yeah.
She's come a long way since the high school days.
Oh yeah, a lot different.
Yeah, everything has changed, but he said, but you still have that big heart you had when you were in high school together.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Is his mom still here?
It's very kind.
Huh?
I said it's very kind.
Yeah. Is his mom still here?
Yes.
Can he's just extending his love to her, if you could do that.
Sure, absolutely. I'll definitely let her know.
You know, and he's saying he's so glad the one nice thing is he doesn't miss studying either, by the way.
Oh, no.
No, that would make a lot of sense to you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it does. And he's saying, you know, I don't have to study, and my head doesn't hurt anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Can you understand that?
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling like with his head,
Yeah.
with his crossing and everything, because I'm feeling like pain in my head. And I'm glad you can understand that coming from him. He said he's not in any more pain anymore.
That's good.
And I'm glad you can understand that coming from him. He said, I said, you know, it was just hard, you know, because it was like he was here one minute and the next minute he was gone.
Yeah, it was very shocking.
Yeah, it's very like, you know, just feeling impact with his crossing too.
Right.
And that makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's just saying, you know, tell Mom she thinks about him all the time, and she still very much misses him.
Right.
You know, and he said, I know I'm not supposed to go first, but that's what happened, and to tell her he's helping other teens over there.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
Now, what are you saying about the Southern soldiers, the Civil War?
The Gettysburg. Sometimes people have seen the soldiers too. You know, when they come, when they go to Gettysburg, you know, like when you're talking about the bells and the different things with the communication, you know, and from that time frame.
Yeah.
And
we do have one up here in Quincy Bay. Her husband was a Civil War prisoner. They used to use the islands in Quincy to put the prisoners on, and she was only young, and she was 17, so she dressed as a man, and she came to Quincy, and she was able to get a boat, I don't know by what means. I'll bring you the story of her sometime. And she rowed out to the island to save her husband and try and find him and save him, and the soldiers there saw her and shot her, and she drowned, and her spirit still lives Quincy Bay.
Oh, it doesn't?
She's called a Black Widow because she dressed all in black, and there's been many sightings of her.
I didn't hear about that one, but my daughter, all my kids went to Snug Harbor before, and, you know, then we of course moved over to where we are now.
That's the church we were in together, yeah.
I didn't know about the story, but I was at my daughter Michelle's conference meeting, and I'm looking over in the chair, and all of a sudden I see this man, a sea captain. And I'm looking, going, the belly, everything, you know, and how he just started forming over the chin. My husband's looking, oh, you're having one of those moments, you know, and I'm trying to be very good about it. Well, I got home from school, and I said, Melissa, the strangest thing happened. And she said, what, Ma? And she said, I was at Michelle's conference meeting, you know, to see how she was doing and all that. And Miss Butong, and the teacher was a very nice lady, by the way. And we were all sitting around having the meeting and talking. And all of a sudden, this old sea captain, like I could tell he was a sea captain, and he just started manifesting in the chair. And she told me, you didn't hear about the sea captain that died up there. But there was an old sea captain that lived.
Could you tell me what a little bit he looked like? Because it's very interesting. You know who was buried just at Snug Harbor?
No.
The Snug Harbor Seamen's Cemetery is there. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know
right
that.
Right behind the school where you were.
I knew about the cemetery, but I didn't know what kind of cemetery it was.
It's for seamen. And a sea captain named Hanson Gregory is buried there. And he's the person that invented the donut.
Oh.
He took the capstan, the wheel, and he put fried dough on it in a hold, and when he pulled it off, the hole was in the middle, and that's where they and that's how the donut came about. And he's buried. There's a marker there for him. As a matter of fact, I and my wife, we went to the Bakers Union, which is up in Willard Street, and we spoke to them, and we got the history of it, and we had a plaque put up, a gravestone. So you might have seen Captain Hanson Gregory.
Maybe we'll continue talking
Hanson,
about that
yeah,
after.
Absolutely.
Hi, Carl, you're on the air. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Good.
Hey, I had a favorite aunt years and years ago when I was a kid. I used to go over and visit her, and she made her own soap, and my father would bring over bacon grease, and she lived in the house all by herself, and with just a clock ticking, no television or anything. And I think of her every now and then. And I was just curious whether or not she's happy now.
Oh, they're happy over there, and she's doing really well, by the way. Don't tell me anything, okay? But
Okay.
she's doing really good, you know. And she said, she can do everything she used to do. Is that making sense to you?
Oh, yeah, she did
'Cause I don't
everything
like-
herself.
Yeah, 'cause I don't like when people tell me any information about people that they're looking for to come through. But she's doing really well now.
Good.
If that's
Good.
a big help, and she's saying the prayers are helping her. You know, she didn't suffer long. You know, she was a little bit of pain before she crossed over.
Right, right.
But after she had crossed over, she was fine.
Oh, that's so good to hear.
And she has all that really good, strong energy. Because when she was in the room, you knew it. Does that make sense to you, Nick?
Oh, definitely. She's
Yeah. Don't tell me.
a
Don't
strong person.
Don't tell me anything, okay? Because I don't like when
Okay.
people feed me information. But she's around you. You feel like you're not alone lately? You feel like there's a presence with you?
I think so, yes. I think so. But
Do you feel like you're looking over your shoulder sometimes and there's no one there?
kind of.
Yeah, because that's
yeah.
just her letting them, or the family that she's with. Because she's with a gentleman, by the way, over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's with a gentleman friend I'm feeling that's over there. But she's saying it's a lot easier. She can breathe and swallow now.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, good. No, that's because...
She couldn't do that before she died, if you can understand that coming from her.
Right, she had problems.
Yeah, all kinds. Don't tell me anything. See, there he goes, feeding me information again. If he was here, I'd zip his lip, but I can't do that to you because you're calling me.
She's
but,
got a strong spirit, though,
and
doesn't
she's
she?
and she's saying she's getting ready. She's enjoying a good cake for tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful.
Cake and
oh,
cookies.
Wonderful.
Can you understand that about the cake and cookies?
I do. Oh,
Yeah.
I do. I remember those.
I'm glad you do, and she's saying to say that she sees that you're remembering those and you're thinking about it because you miss having her around.
I do. I really do. I knew her for a long time.
Yeah, but when she finally did cross over, it was like you were surprised, because when you're sick like that for a while, and then
Yeah.
when you do cross, it was a shock to you. Do you understand that?
Oh, yes. Yes,
And I'm glad you do.
definitely.
She's enjoying a good old-fashioned movie over there, by the way.
Oh, good.
And
Good.
and she's got her girlish figure back.
Oh, wonderful.
And a
Wonderful.
very attractive woman, too, by the way.
She was. I saw pictures of her when she was younger.
Yeah, and she was beautiful, actually, That nice thick
wow.
hair cut up to like the style bob. Can you understand that?
Oh, I can.
I'm glad
Yes.
I'm glad you can, She's got she's got her hair back, by the way, and she's quite the lady.
Oh, wow.
But
okay. That's
But
great.
she's a riot because she said to me, but when I came in the room, you knew she was there.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, and she's keeping everybody in line over there, by the way.
Oh, I can believe that.
Oh, and I'm glad you can believe that coming from her because she's like, oh, they're not getting away with anything with me over here.
Oh, that's the way she was.
And that's how she was in a little bit of strictness, but in a good, kind, nurturing way.
That's how my wife is now.
Oh, you'll be fine though. You go through things. You know what I'm saying? But everything will just you go like a roller coaster. But she's watching over you, and she's doing wonderful.
Very
Oh,
creative
that's great.
woman.
Well, that's very reassuring. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Karen.
Oh, thank you for sharing her, and have some fun tomorrow night.
Okay, I
And
will.
try to relax a little bit, and enjoy a good night out with the guys.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay, if you can understand that.
I can.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Nick. Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
So long.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
I would love to think that might be Captain Hanson Gregory, because Quincy is the home of Dunkin' Donuts.
I know that. I saw that.
And the donut
yeah.
was created in Quincy, and you most probably saw the guy that created him.
Oh, I don't
because it's-
know.
Yeah, he was buried at the back, the Snughoggle Cemetery.
Well, my daughter said to me, when I went home, my daughter said to me,
Was he a big man?
he's belly, big, the
that's
hat and all.
mhm.
And I said to Melissa, I was telling my daughter Melissa about it. She goes, you didn't hear the story? I said, what story is that? And she said, about Snide Carpet School. And I said, no, so tell me about it. She said, oh, we hear the creaking, because she's very intuitive herself and very more the psychic end than the mediumistic end of it. But she said, Ma, I could hear footsteps in the hall. And then the people, the principal knew about it at the time about it. So when I approached the principal about it, he goes, oh, yeah, that's the old sea captain. I didn't know. I was like...
I must go down there and see if we can find out whether it is Hanson Gregory.
Yeah. Hi, Carly. You're on the air. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Hello.
Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can I have your name?
My name?
Yes.
It's Curry, like the spice.
Curry, hi. Have you ever been to a medium before?
No.
Okay. Yes, if you understand, okay? No, if you don't understand. And don't tell me anything as I'm going along with your reading, okay?
Sure.
Because, I don't like when people start telling me all these things and, giving me information about their loved ones. And that's what we call feeding the medium information.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm a clairvoyant, clairsentience, meaning if you've been watching, the show, I'm just going to get going with you, okay?
Sure.
All right. Did somebody lose, I have a child that's around you.
No.
No, okay, because I'm getting a young child. I'm going to get going with her just for a couple of minutes because I have a child that's around here, floating around. She's about 6 years old. And I'm just going to give her, and that's all I'm going to say about her right now, and I'll just ask her to back off, okay? And I'm going to see who else is around you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'm feeling a motherly vibration over there.
Yes.
Is your mom over there?
My mother's birthday.
Oh, it's your mother's birthday? But I'm feeling a mother, like grandmother, mother over there on the other side.
No.
No, okay. I'm not feeling a connection right now with you. But I'm just, getting somebody's mom that's coming over, and this little girl keeps coming back. She's like 6 or 7 years old. But I'm going to see who else is around you, and I'm going to, yes, if you understand, no, if you don't. Sometimes the connection will be like that, too, with someone. Okay, but I do have a male figure that's around you tonight, and I'm feeling like a dad or grandfather figure.
Yes.
Okay, dad over there?
Yes.
Okay, your dad's around you.
Okay.
Okay, and do you want me to stay with Dad for a couple minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm feeling Dad around you, and you might want to check and see someone from his generation might have lost a little girl that's around 6 going on 7, okay?
Okay.
It could have been within that time frame of that family because they will do that. But Dad's coming in, and I'm not getting a lot from him, but he's smiling down on you, and he's, being very bubbly, very, he has all that fun back to him. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got that fun, bubbly energy. And he said, I'm the average guy just trying to keep your family together. Can you understand that too?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because he worked very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, very hard to keep the family and everybody together. Can you understand that coming from Dad?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's learning to relax over there, and he's learning that he doesn't have to work so hard.
Yeah, yep.
And I'm glad you can understand that as well. And he said, she still thinks of me now and then. You still think about him now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your own private. Because you missed that one-on-one with Dad?
Yes.
Because he's saying, I'm listening in, I hear her. And it's just I'm not there physically, but I'm there spiritually, and you can understand that coming from Dad?
Yes.
And I'm glad you can. And he's saluting you, by the way, from the other side. Would that make sense to you?
He's what?
He's saluting you, like he's proud of you. He's very proud of you.
Yes.
And I'm glad you can understand that come from. He's with his dad, too, by the way.
Ah.
I don't know if, is his dad over there?
Yes.
Okay, because they're kind of together, but it's like they're together but not together. And I know you would understand that, too, coming from Dad.
Yes, I do.
I'm glad you do, and your dad's saying, life is too short, and when he crossed over, it was like a shock.
Wow, yeah.
I'm glad you can understand that too. But he's fine. He didn't suffer at all very long. He's telling me to tell you that.
Yes.
And I'm glad you can understand that. And I'm feeling so much like better, like I could breathe so much easier. It was like here and gone.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Okay, I'm glad you can understand that. Dad's just coming in this way because this is how Dad was. He's a very proud family man, you know, and he's just saying to say that, and he's out enjoying a good Sunday drive in the car. He liked to, you know, he liked to travel, like, and take day trips with you guys when you were younger.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can. He's enjoying that over there, but the gasoline, he said, he doesn't have to worry about paying the gasoline prices anymore. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad it does. Thank you. That's what I call the clencher. And Dad's just saying, you know, I'm doing that over here. You know, like these are their memories that they share with me, just to fill you in on that, okay? And Dad is just saying, you know, she's going to be thinking about me, you know, of course, with Valentine's coming up tomorrow and everything. But I see a big, big heart. He's just extending all that eternal love to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And he's saying to go out and enjoy a good drive.
Yes.
Because he loved to be out in the cars, and, you know, a little heavy on the foot when he was younger, by the way.
Huh, yeah, I can understand that.
You can understand that? He said it's great over here because he doesn't have to worry about how fast he drives.
Sweet.
Oh, I'm glad you can understand that too, and I'm thanking him too. And he's saying, yeah, don't be so sad, but he's saying thank you for keeping his memory alive.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
There's so much we have to talk about at times, but just thinking about President George Washington, like a lot of the presidents had mediums. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Do you know the last one was?
No.
Ronnie Reagan.
Oh, I've heard, you know, I just have heard about that recently about him with the mediums.
He had psychics living in the White House, and mediums, and he made and Nancy did. You know, they spent, but they're not the only one. Go back to Warren Harding. So there's several of them. So I wonder maybe sometime we maybe sit down and we could try and speak to a few of them.
Yeah, they will come in. You know, some of the stuff that I see, I don't tell everybody things I see. You know, because they would think I really snapped my beanie.
I'm thrilled you've seen the sea captain. I am absolutely thrilled.
I was really happy about him, and then when I talked to my daughter Melissa about it, and then I went to, you know, the church way. I was very lucky. I had the Reverend Rita Berkowitz. The spiritual church is wonderful, and Reverend Marie Gaines. And they were, you know, I said to Marie, sometimes I see ones from way back in the old days. And she's...
Oh, well, they go back hundreds of years. Look at King Richard III. He just turned up.
Hi, Carly, you're on the air. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Yes, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pat's your name, right?
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever been to a medium before, Pat?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So I don't have to explain to you how I work as a medium then?
No, you don't.
Okay, but I don't tell anything medical, and I don't tell you, you know, anything negative or anything like that, okay?
Okay.
And I'm just going to see who's around you, and I do have a, do you have a close girlfriend that's over there?
Yes.
I have a close girlfriend of yours that's starting to come through and telling me to tell you she's not sick anymore.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
You have a close girlfriend that's on the other side?
Yes.
She's coming in and she's telling me to tell you she's not sick anymore.
Really?
Would you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Yes, because she's saying I'm not sick anymore and I'm all healed from my illness.
Wow.
And she's telling me to tell you that. And she's got some weight back on, by the way.
And she has some weight back on.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
I'm not sure if it's her, but someone else. Did she have cancer?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, because she said the cancer spread really quick throughout her body.
Yes.
And it was like there was nothing the doctors could do.
Huh.
I meant with the cancer when it spread, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it was very difficult for her. And she said, she said, I'm back doing all my fun things again. I'm going out to a good movie and enjoying a good movie and going out to eat. I don't know if you can understand that, but I have to give that to you anyways, okay? And she's saying she's all healed from
Yes.
yeah, oh good, I'm glad you can. And she said she's all healed from the cancer, and she's listening in on you, by the way.
Wow.
Do you miss her friendship?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, she said she misses my friendship very, very much. And she, and she values that. You guys were like almost like sisters, she's saying to me.
Yes.
Very, 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 very close.
Hmm.
And sometimes you always weren't, but that was, how your friendship was.
Right.
And I'm glad you can understand that coming from her. And she's with a dad, by the way, over there.
I'm sorry?
I'm getting a dad that's over there with her.
Possibility, yes.
Okay, I'm just giving that. I just want to leave that with you. But your friend is saying you need to put more fun in your life. That's her message to you. You need to put... Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, she said she's got to have some... She's saying she's got to have some more fun, and you don't give yourself enough credit, and she would love to tell you, like to bop you over the head if she was here. Can you understand that coming from her?
Yes.
Because sometimes, like they said, their personalities will come through with me too, with the personality thing, and that's how your friend is coming through with me tonight. And she said, if she was right here, I'd bop her right on the head, but in a good way, of course. And I'm thanking her for the clencher, because she's saying to say that to you, but she said, you're a good person yourself, and you gotta, do for you. That's her message to you.
Wow.
And get out and have some more fun. And like she said, she wants to. I have my sketchbook, but she wants to go like this. And I'm glad. 'Cause she had her fun, by the way, when she was here.
Yes.
Before she got sick with the cancer and everything, she had her fun. And she's saying she's glad some of her hair is back, by the way. She had some little bit of hair loss, not a lot.
Okay.
Okay, but she's saying for me to tell you that. But she said, yeah, if she was here, she said, I'd give her a good, kick in the butt. That, you need to get her, you need to get up. She'd be a little colorful with the words. She said, I'm all back to my healthy self again, so I can talk to her like, as if she was, here. And she said, I'm glad I can breathe again. And she tried to fight the fight for as long as she could.
Wow.
Can you understand that?
Yes, I do.
I'm so glad you can. And she says, you got to keep going too, though, girl. She's saying that to tell me to tell you that way. You got to keep going, girl. You got to keep going forward. And stop looking backwards and stop listening to everybody that's around you. And have some more fun.
Have some more fun.
And that's exactly what she would say to you if she was here, too. But she's doing really well over there now, and she's saying to say thank you for the prayers. That all your family's saying thank you for praying for them too, by the way.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm glad you can understand that coming from her. And she's saying to say Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. And she's just listening in. She's listening in from the other side.
Wow.
Okay?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing her. And she said she's all healed. She's not sick anymore, and her bones are not in any more pain.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Pat. And don't forget to go out and have some fun for yourself with some of your closer other girlfriends, okay?
I will.
Oh, good. And go out to a good restaurant, by the way.
I will.
And, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you sensing any kind of older spirits round? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, let's see some of them. I'm getting an older spirit round tonight with a bit of a...
Drawing.
Explain this.
Yeah, sometimes. Okay, sometimes I have visitors in my room. I don't draw people when, someone's at a reading or something, but these are some of the spirits I see. I don't know if anybody would recognize them at home, but feel free to email me or, call the station. It's one of the spirits I see floating in my bedroom, and they come and go as they visit, and I can sketch them on the pad of paper. And this is one of the males that has been around on and off. And he's like, you got to get my picture done before I came tonight, so I had to get him on the paper. That's one of my drawings.
You're very fortunate you have the skill of drawing to see them, because, you know, I have these spirits come around, there's no way I can interpret them.
It's how, you know, but everybody, we all have our gifts in our own special way. You know, we were all gifted. You know, it just depends on what level we're at for spirit, you know, communicating with them.
Yeah,
I'm getting an elderly one. I want to show this one too, and it's another female that, you know, came around. She's a young girl, and I know she was very, you know, brought up very Catholic, you know, and
she's definitely Catholic. Yeah, the cross and.
And I just want to share, so if anybody recognizes anybody's, you know, faces in the drawings, you know, feel free to email me at spirit.medium@hotmail.com. And when they come in the bedroom, you know, when they show themselves long enough, I can get the main sketch out, and then I go back and then I'll start sketching them out. And I couldn't always draw.
You couldn't?
I was a stick people person. I used to stick people, and I used to put clothes on them and get by with it when my kids were in elementary school.
You stimulated me. I'm going to take the Kennedy Center drawing class so I can get across some of these. I have, Karen, I swear it's, you know, Billy.
Oh, you know you're gifted, Frank. I know.
Well, you know what it is.
You know who I think.
You know who I think it is. Do you know Bill Early that works at the station?
Hi, Bill.
Do you know him?
I know Bill. I had classes with him.
I think it's one of his relatives that's annoying the sugar out of me.
Well, you know, between you and me, there's a friend of his that's been floating around with them every now and then. I feel the police officer's been around Bill, but I don't, that's Bill's, you know, private reading, you know what I'm saying? I know he has tons of spirits, and I know, like, when he goes in a certain part of the station.
So we're both sensing the same thing?
Yeah, and the lights stop blinking on and off, because that's presence of spirits in the room. When you see the lights blinking on and off, they're letting you know. Because one year at home, when I was, you know, at my other house before we moved, it was snowing out a little bit, but not that much to write home about. And all of a sudden, all the lights shut down. The whole house.
I'm getting an Irish accent with this person too, or something Irish about
I don't know, but I know he was a police officer, and I know he's been around Bill on and off, but he said he was the more funny guy out of the two of them, you know? And it's just how they...
You know, Bill worked.
Yeah, we'll get off of that right now. But
sure, yeah.
Anyways, along with electricity, so it was Christmas. And so I said, okay, I'd like to wish everybody on the other side a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And with that, the lights came back on. The lights came back on.
You know, as I say, in the Capitol, in the State House there in Washington, D.C., they tell me that the Supreme Court, the night porters and the night people will not go into the Supreme Court because they're arguing there and they get aggressive with the people and they'll close doors on them, they'll turn lights off.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. The energy, you know, you know, and depends on how the energy is, and it's amazing. Like, but I know when Bill walks in there, that light starts really flicking. I go like this.
You know, it's funny we don't like to talk about people around us, but
it's amazing because now I got to wish like all our loved ones on the other side a very, very happy Valentine's.
Yeah,
and I know we lost our electricity over the weekend, but please don't take my electricity down tomorrow during Valentine's. I remember to wish you a happy Valentine's the night before, because I'll wish them. Look, I got to wish them a happy holiday, you know.
Oh, well, they're part of us, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are.
It's just that most people are not aware of them as much as people like yourself or you know, sensitive people.
It just depends on how everybody's open, you know, and everybody I feel is gifted. It just depends on what level you're at. You know, okay.
We all speak to the past in a way. You look at people, go and look at old masters' paintings.
Yeah, and I want to thank you, Frank, for coming on tonight.
Oh, it was a pleasure. We didn't get through half the stuff.
Yeah, no, next time. And I want to tell everybody our loved ones are gone but not forgotten, and just a thought away. And you know, love never dies; it's eternal. And please remember to be kind to each other. You know, because that's very important as well. You know,
people would just smile at somebody every day, one person, one day, just when they pass them, make things much better.
It does, and a smile goes a long way sometimes, you know. And just, you know, to remember, like, life really is too short, you know, and just, and I'd like to say hello to Michelle. She's probably watching tonight at home.
Is this your daughter?
This is my daughter. So Frank is going to be on tonight,
She's an accomplished artist, isn't she?
She's the youngest one.